When the decarbonisation plan was published in 2021, they had a range of different scenarios, one of which was coming in underneath the 6 carbon budget. So at that point, although it wasn't maybe a central scenario, there was a belief in government that transport could really come and pull its weight, and it's the largest sector.
Yep.
So if transport doesn't pull its weight, then it's asking a lot of other parts of the economy. What we've seen since then is a kind of pushing back of ambition. So we've reduced our commitments on traffic demand. We've done a little bit of tinkering with the zero emission vehicle mandate to soften that. I was looking at it and thinking, well, how is this changing? And it's about 15% less ambitious than the Committee on Climate Change has recently set out it thinks transport could be. Now, I'm not saying the Committee on Climate Change is right, but they're the ones that are trying to put together kind of the future whole economy budget. So if we're that far out of kilter with them, then there's a real issue. And the only thing that's really the only big ticket item that's there is the zero emission vehicle mandate.
Yep.
On there, you can see that the 6 and 7 carbon budget in the kind of teal and yellow.
Yep.
And then we've got policy on. So that is what they've set out in the carbon budget growth delivery plan.
Yep.
So that is the one with the 15% overshoot. I've also done, what if we threw absolutely everything at it? And I don't actually think this is a credible scenario, but like, what if we turned on 2021 level COVID traffic tomorrow and we kept that? What if we accelerated the zero emission vehicle mandate by a couple of years?
Iran fuel challenges became as real as they're likely to be imminently. Things like
that. I mean, you'd have to have a decade-long commitment that's well above anything that's in policy at the moment to get close to the curve. I think actually when you look at the realism behind some of the assumptions, we're probably looking more at the kind of worst case end of things, because they're assuming a big uptick in vehicle sales. That means more electric vehicles coming into the fleet quicker. They're assuming that cars aren't going to get any older when the trend has been for people to keep them longer. So there's an awful lot of kind of, tinkering at the margins, maybe make the numbers add up. But the red line, the kind of outer line, that basically overshoots. I mean, how to communicate the size of it? It's all of the carbon budget for transport between 2050 and 2031. That's the scale of the overshoot.